Hey guys, this is Gene Jensen. This afternoon, we just got back out on the lake on Bienville. Me and Chad, we had a little meeting with the owner and the manager and all this other stuff about our Bienville trip coming up in 4 weeks on the 1st of December. But anyway, and so we're back out on the water, and we're hitting up a new lake. This is actually the lake that's right behind the lodge, where they're going to be holding dinner and stuff during that event, and where we're going to be doing our seminars. But this lake's had a huge algae bloom. So the visibility is really low, and algae blooms, a lot of times they tend to I wouldn't say scare people, but they mess with people's brains that want to fish them. Well, one thing that I've learned about algae blooms is that you just got to fish them like you would muddy water, depending on the visibility. I mean, it'll gradually get better, but right now visibility's in inches, and so I'm fishing it just like I would muddy water. I mean, the lake's got grass in it. It's got tons of hydrilla. I'm fishing it with a chartreuse lipless, or chartreuse crankbait, not a lipless crankbait. And I'm just gonna work it around. I might switch to a chatterbait, anything like that. But I'm just gonna go fishing, show you guys how I kind of figure this out. I don't have a whole lot of time. We got more time than we had day before yesterday, but I don't have a whole lot of time to figure it out. But we're gonna try, at least I'm gonna try to catch some freaking biggins. So stay tuned. So when you're fishing muddy water or low visibility water, you know, you're gonna go with baits that are easily seen or easily picked up by vibration by the bass. So black works when you're flipping soft plastics, things like that. Bright colors, white works. Chartreuse works. Anything with vibration, spinner baits with bigger blades or wider blades, Colorado blades work really good. Things with rattles. So you're thinking sound, vibration, and colors that are easily picked up a little bit further than just a few inches. Now, the way the bass respond to low visibility is they get tight to cover. A bass is comfortable just so long as it can see something most of the time. Not all the time. So a bass with, anyway, when it's got a stick like right here at its eyes in the muddy water, it's comfortable. But what I do is I try to find that visible cover that's really shallow. That muddy water, that low visibility water is going to keep the fish shallow. So the bass are going to be shallow, and they're going to hold tight to cover. So I'm going to concentrate on that grass, that cover, and pitch and flip and throw whatever I feel like throwing at the time in and around and tight to that cover and make multiple casts. So that's the trick. That's it in a nutshell. So let's see how I fare as I fish that way. I'm limited to the number of rods I carry. I've got 5 rods in the boat. So I have one rod that I switch between moving baits, you know, spinner bait, chatterbait, that kind of a deal. And I have kind of a mid-range, medium heavy rod that I use for my Texas rigs and my little swim baits. Anything I feel like throwing that way. A flipping stick in the back that covers anything big, and then a spinning rod and one more extra rod for oddball stuff. But that's the stuff I like to carry around. Anyway, so that's on this one I've got tied on right now. I've got a Spro Little John crankbait, flat-sided crankbait. Might switch it to something a little bit wider that puts off a little bit more vibration. Something like a KVD 2.0 or 2.5. Bigger, displaces more water, puts off more vibration. That spinnerbait with bigger blades will work. Chartreuse and white spinnerbait, stuff like that. So just gonna switch it up, play around, and experiment until I figure them out. Whoa, dude. Way out here. I don't know. Ah, he came off. I mean, he was right here. You see where the bubbles are? I was slow rolling it on the bottom. Woo! I'll set the hook next time. It ain't deep. Yeah, 4 feet maybe. Yep, 4 or 5 feet. Let's go find some more hydrilla. Yeah. So that's what we kind of figured. You know, there was 2 options. The fish was either going to come from, I threw it shallow ones, bringing it deep, but keeping it low to the bottom. And we thought maybe the fish took a little bit of time to figure out where that vibration was coming from and to actually locate the bait. But then Coxie threw out there and found that little patch of hydrilla, so we think it came off of that. So we're going to go find some more grass and see if we can't eliminate that idea. Oh, come on, catch up to it. He came straight at the boat. Boy, I mean, talking about, he knocked slack in the line and kept on rolling. He was moving quick. Pretty, healthy. Man, that's a beautiful fish. Just slow cranking a black chatterbait. Whoo! An old song comes to my mind. I'm all shook up. Boom. All right, so guys, I'm gonna tell you about the lizards or the gators that are on this property. I've been fishing. This is probably my 7th or 8th day fishing this lake, and I'm gonna turn this around. You're not gonna be able to see it because it's the GoPro and there's no zoom. But way out there, about 100 yards out, is about a 9-foot long gator. Okay. They don't mess with you. Number 1, we are not on their menu. Number 2, as long as you don't go throwing a topwater frog at them trying to catch them when they're shallow, they're going to leave you alone. You know, and so being in a kayak is really no big deal around alligators. I mean, that one's going to swim across, it's going to go do its thing. When we get close to it, it's going to go under and it's going to go away. That's about how you're going to deal with it. So don't worry about gators on this property. Don't be a chicken. Man, I lost him. Another one I couldn't keep up with. He wasn't big, he was about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Oh gosh. And why are you gonna worry about gators when there's a potential of catching a fish of a lifetime on this property? I mean, come on now. Risk and reward. There's the reward. Man, he hit like a freight train. Let's find some big ones though. So what I was saying about fishing this algae bloomed water is black or dark colors with vibration, and you can't beat a chatterbait when you're fishing a grassy lake or a lake like this. It's got the vibration, the black one's got the color. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Oh man, he got off. Man, they're hitting it and swimming away straight at the boat, so it's hard to get the hook set. I may have to go to straight braid with a bigger, thicker, stiffer rod. I think I'm going to do that. So instead of putting it on straight braid, I'm going to put it on a medium heavy rod. I had it on medium action rod. I'm putting it on a medium heavy rod with 50-pound braid and a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. No reason in particular except for that's the only rod I got that's got the action I want and got at least a minimal stretch on the line. All right, so the problem we're having with hooking up these fish right now with the chatterbait is they're hitting it so hard and they're clamping down so hard on the bait that we cannot get the bait to move enough in their mouth to get a hook set, and they're throwing it. I mean, I've got a trailer hook on a chatterbait and we're having trouble hooking up. That's how hard these fish are freaking biting. So we're gonna fish our way out of here. I'm gonna leave the camera on and we're gonna see what we catch and close this up because the sun's about to go down and I'm about to lose light. So let's have some fun. Freaking double set that one. Woo! I wasn't gonna lose that one. Of course, I'm talking before I get it in my hand. Whoa. Come here. Open your mouth. Awesome, awesome. So, I'm gonna run over this in a nutshell. Low visibility. I don't care if it's algae bloom or mud, it's gonna push the fish very shallow into shallow cover. You wanna fish things that they can feel, or they can hear, or dark colors. When you're flipping into bushes, the fish are gonna be in that tight to cover, and they're still gonna feed. So don't let it bother you, don't let it scare you. Just go fish it and watch what happens. You catch a lot of fish. So like I always say, be sure to introduce somebody to fishing, introduce them to my channel, let me help you teach them how to fish. More importantly, get out on the water, go out and catch some fish. Have a great day. See ya.